So, hello, composition people. This is Dr. Graves. I've been away for a while. I've been out of state this past weekend with no internet service and very, very limited cell phone service. So, I apologize, but I'm back and with a rundown on on wrapping up this module and preparing for module 3. So I wanted to comment a little bit on your discussion posts and on your pages that I graded for Module 1. I've completed the grading for Module 1. So discussion posts, guys, realize that when you don't reply to two classmates, you are losing half the points for the assignment. So half the points come from your original discussion post, and then half the points come from your replies. So you're going to get a 50% if you don't reply to two classmates, and a 50%, guys, is equivalent of an F, a failing grade. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. I mean, this is an easy way to make and keep points towards your final grade. So I encourage you, always get that post in by Saturday night, and don't forget, even if I ding you and say your replies are too short, you'll get some points for them as long as you reply to two classmates. Then I wanted to talk about the paper assignments. So almost all your paper assignments in these modules, the expectation is that you'll be turning in one full page, that it will be double spaced from the first line to the last with absolutely no extra gaps in between paragraphs. If you're getting extra gaps between paragraphs, you need to look on your line spacing bar on Microsoft Word and make sure that it hasn't been set to add an extra line or extra space after you hit the enter button. So do check that. Absolutely no gaps. And I'm going to start taking off points if the assignments are not formatted exactly how you're instructed to in the assignment instructions. So no extra lines. Everything must be double spaced. You must use font size 11. You must indent paragraphs at the beginning. Okay. And as far as late papers go, so I always accept late papers. Now, if you start getting behind, it becomes very difficult to catch up. I'm just saying. And I'm probably not going to go back, and this is my choice as an instructor, but when it comes time to turn in final grades, I'm probably not going to go back and grade all of your late papers. I'm just going to give you some zeros, because at that point in the term, at the end of the term, if you're trying to turn everything in the last week, I've got other classes that I'm turning in grades for at that point. And you're asking me, when you do that, you're asking me to do double, to make up for your lack, okay? In other words, I'm going to be paying. I'm the one who's going to pay in terms of time and energy for you missing all those assignments. Now, I want to go back and reiterate that I accept late work, 1 or 2 weeks late, fine. Turn it in, because it's always better to get some points than 0 points. Okay. Editorials on homework. Okay, most of you guys turned in the worksheet. If you go back and look at those instructions carefully, you'll see that worksheet was just to get you, help you analyze and figure out what the content of your paper will be. But it was to be, it was a second paper topic summarizing the editorials. And it was to be like the previous paper, one full page, double spaced uniformly from start to end, font size 11, no extra line gaps between paragraphs and paragraphs indented. So I kind of went ahead and gave points for that. for those of you that just turned in the worksheet, that confusion, part of that is because I did not get a video overview to you at the beginning of Module 2 to clarify that. Let's turn now to Module 3 and let's clarify what is expected now for Module 3. So the first thing is your discussion forum. And what you're doing in this week's discussion forum is you're testing ideas for a paragraph that you're actually going to include in your first essay. So you have 2 essays that are due for this course. We're working towards the first essay. And the first essay, your topic is prescribed for you. It's on homework. And your second essay will be on a topic of your choice. You will finish that the last 4 modules of the term. So looking at the homework essay, in discussion forum 3, they're asking you to formulate a paragraph, draft a paragraph, dealing with the background and the larger context of the homework debate, okay? And this is a paragraph that potentially you will copy and paste, you'll use in your first paper. But the instructions are to post it to the discussion forum and get your classmates' feedback on it so you can revise it before including it in your paper. So that's not a paper assignment. It's a discussion forum post. It is a paragraph that you are posting, and that needs to be done by Saturday night. And then, in order to get the other half of the 20 points for the discussion forum, you need to reply to 2 classmates by the following Tuesday night. There is an outline, a link to an outline. But when you hit that link to the outline, just let's be clear, you're not turning in the outline, okay? You're completing the worksheets. Those worksheets are just for you to brainstorm, to crystallize your ideas before you sit down and actually write a paper or write a discussion post. So your first paper assignment is 1 full page, double-spaced, uniformly from beginning to end. You're going to start with a thesis statement, follow the instructions on composing that thesis statement, and then you're going to follow that with 3 body paragraphs. So we're not doing the introductory paragraph for your homework essay, but you are writing 3 body paragraphs for it. The first one is going to summarize the arguments for homework. The second paragraph is going to summarize the arguments against homework. And the third paragraph is going to embody your personal response. And this is where your thesis statement should come from, because your thesis statement should reflect your conclusion, your final point of view, if you will, on the debate. Okay, and that's the assignment 2. First, the discussion forum, then a 1 full page, 3 body, your thesis statement and 3 body paragraphs. And then you have another full page assignment. To complete this assignment, you're asked to find 2 additional sources on the homework debate. And then you're going to lift a quotation from each one of those sources. So roughly think you're going to write a full page of text, double-spaced, no lines or gaps in between paragraphs, from top to bottom. The first half of it is going to be about a quotation from the first source you pick out. And you're going to use that quotation in an annoying way. So you have to read the handout on annoying ways of using quotations. And you're actually going to present that quotation improperly, in a way that's wrong, that we don't do. And then the rest of that paragraph, you're going to explain what's wrong with it and how to correct it, what you need to do to correct it. Then you're going to write another paragraph, and you're going to lift a quote from your second source, a different source, and you're going to do the same thing, only you're going to choose a different annoying way of using that quote. You're going to present us the quote in that improper way, and then you're going to tell us what's wrong about it, why was it improper, and you're going to tell us how to fix it. So 2 paragraphs, 1 full page, font size 11, double spaced uniformly from beginning to end. If you have any questions about these assignments concerning grades, I'll be starting to grade the Module 2 assignments in 2 days. I'll begin working on that. If you have any questions or concerns, if you feel confused about anything, please do email me. I'm trying to answer those emails right away. My email address is N as in Nora, A Graves, Graves, @seu.edu. And that's all for now, but I look forward to reading your assignments and your discussion posts for the coming week. Bye, guys.